Here's a question, right? Are all the cases of different courses modules are talking about published course cases? Well, they are not really formally published by a publisher, but I publish them myself. I don't charge anything. Okay, now, yes, I will be happy to share all these course materials. If you want to explore other companies, it's very easy. So let me just come back here. Let's say you're interested in a different country. For example, maybe industries. Okay, here. Right, let me just bring up the control panel. So here I selected the United States. Now, if you want to select different country, feel free. Which country do you like to select?
So, can we compare Turkey?
Turkey?
With,
yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we have so much data on Turkey, by the way. So we do have Turkey here.
Yes.
Let me remove United States and Turkey.
Or India, yeah.
And we're kind of short of data on that. Let's say consumer discretionary. Let's do this. Let's remove cash flow. This is Turkey, consumer discretionary.
Yeah.
Energy. I'm sorry, really short of data here.
Yeah.
Industrials. Industrials are, and the manufacturers are airplanes, machineries, electric stuff, and so on, including transportation, materials. I think it's kind of short of data. But you can still see some correlations there, right? Even short of data.
Yeah.
Let's look at India. Some analysis. Oops, there's a lot of data here. So that's great. So let's look at India. Different industry sectors, right? The 11. Now they all mix up together. So let me just click off something, and so we can see clearly. So this is consumer discretionary. That includes automobiles, furnitures, apparels, traveling, that kind, all kind, retailing, and so on. Now you can also break down. Let me show you here. So I'm selecting the industry level 1, which is the top level. I have 11 industry sectors. Now you can go to level 4, right? For example, in level 4, you have 156 different choices, right? In consumer discretionary, you have, say, automobiles, components, consumer durables, and apparel, consumer service, media, retailing. So you have all kinds of things you can choose from, right? So then come back to level 1, and let's take all. Right, let's do it again. Sorry, you have to run it again. So here, okay. Let's see India. Let me just click this off so it's just easy to see. Right, so pretty strong correlation here. Consumer staples, essentially they're moving together. Right, energy. Well, here is a cross. Something's going on here. Right, we're looking at net income, the median net income, and the median market cap. Okay, financials. Indian healthcare, pretty much moving together. Indian industrials. I think India is pretty strong in information technology, moving together. I never looked at this before, by the way. So materials, real estate, telecommunication, and utilities for India. What do you say? Does that give you more information in terms of investing? If you're interested in individual company investment, which actually will give you the most return, however, it also gives you the most risk, right? And if you want to invest in individual companies, you really need to look at the data carefully. Okay, so let's go to individual companies. Let's play around a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. So here I selected the top 10 most valuable companies in the world, right? From Apple to Saudi Arabia oil company. And you can select other companies. Any companies you are interested? We can explore them together. Which company?
Yeah, NVIDIA maybe. It's the recent stock.
Oh, the video. Oh, here we
Yeah.
go. We already have it here.
I just know.
The video. And that's the operating cash flow. Any other companies you're interested?
You showed Apple before, I think.
Okay, help me spell it out.
I
Which
guess
company?
I think they say Apple. APPL.
Apple?
Yeah.
Oh, Apple is already here.
Okay then.
It's already here.
AMD.
Yeah,
AMD?
computer and yeah.
AMD, that's good one. AMD. AMD. Advanced micro device, right? Okay. I have to set it.
And Intel.
Intel, yes, that's good one too. Please take up to 10. Oops, here. What's going on here? Okay. Oh, I select way too many, so I have to remove something. Let's clear it out. Let's select new things, okay? New companies. So autofill, let's select AMD and Intel, right? INTC, I think that's the ticker. Okay, here we go. AMD and Intel. People are so interested in semiconductors. That's great. Okay. Oh, let's look at one by one. AMD. You can see close movement together, correlations, except 2023. Something is going on here. Well, I think AMD is overvalued based on its financial performance. This is AMD, and here's Intel. Also moved quite closely together, except 2023. Their net income reduced dramatically. Look at this. This is the Intel's showdown, right? It went sharply down. Stock price first follows and backed up, and there's a lot of speculations going on here.
Yes, and in 2024, indeed, AMD drops.
Yeah. So eventually, it will have to return to rational. That is based on financials, right? Any other companies you're interested in? Just autofill, right? You can just type in company's name and so on. Get it. Now you can also build. Let me close this. You can actually build a regression model between the stock price and, let me see here. Here we go. Between stock price and their financials. So using value drive analysis, so scalar build a model between stock price and earnings per share for Amazon. That shows how closely they are moving together quantitatively, right? We can build the same model for other companies. Anybody interested in so not S&P 500 companies? Let's clear this out. So anybody interested in healthcare companies like Pfizer? Are you investing in Pfizer? I think that's FAC, right? Pfizer. There we go. Pfizer made a lot of money from the vaccine, remember? So that's Pfizer. But you can see stock price, earning per share moving together. But not always, okay? We can clearly find other examples which does not move together. Let's say Intel. Clear this. I think Intel doesn't work together. Here we go. Right, you can see there's a strong correlation here.
Very small coefficient.
Yeah, very small R square. Right, so there's a lot of speculations, and if you look at Tesla, there's no correlation at all. Sometimes you get a negative correlation, which clearly something's wrong, right? So, well, it is stock market. It is stock market. Anything could happen, right? But the point is, The point is, as we come back, right? If you do find a strong correlation for some companies or industries or countries, right? Like Boeing here, right? You could make price predictions, right? Based on if you can, right? Let's say for Boeing, you find a strong correlation between their earnings, which is financials, and their stock prices, right? Then you can use our knowledge in supply chain operations and, of course, the demand market to predict different earning scenarios, right? Different earning scenarios, which is easier than stock price because there's no human factor involved. Okay, and there's no speculations, there's no panicking or greediness involved, right? And after you predict this, using the correlation between the financials and stock price, you can estimate a price range based on your predicted earnings, and this is very useful because you can predict the price trend and you can also assess over and undervalued situations. Right, if price go beyond the maximum, clearly it's overvalued, or it's go below the minimum, it's undervalued. Right, and how to predict earnings scenarios now will require our knowledge in operations and supply chains, together with, of course, the product and the market. What type of assignment students work on? That's a great question. Do you give a matrix, or do they have to decide which metrics or indicators? Right? Do they create the visuals and interpret, or just answer the question? That's a great question. Actually, they have to. The homework is asking them to build connections between financials and stock market, of course, and for companies and industries of their own choice. So yes, they have to create visuals, and they also have to interpret, and they have to estimate, right, the impact of, let's say, cost of goods sold on the net income. So just look at the revenue breakdown. They have to estimate, right, if they improve cost of goods sold by a certain percentage, how much the net income or stock market price will increase. There's about 100 countries on this database. So for US, there's about 6,000 companies, all the public traded companies in US. And I think the total number is combined, all the countries combined, that's about 36,000 companies out there. So there's plenty of data you can play with.
And we can use your database.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's built for education. It's complete. It's open and it's free.
Yeah, I think it's a great tool for students kind of to understand, the importance of supply chain operations and analytics at the same time. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I asked them to do assignments, but this kind of from scratch projects, which is they have to find data and all that. So it's a lot of work.
Yes.
So, I mean, for undergrads, especially,
yes,
and business students. So I think, if I use a tool like that, so they don't have to find the data, but use it and analyze it, right? Directly.
Yeah. Yes. Now it's very data driven, and if you teach analytics, how can you do it without data, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is even like, we provide a database. It is difficult for them to extract and find a, question and research question and, relate data to that. And so there's another process there. So I'm trying to kind of facilitate that so that, it will be just, okay, you have the data, you have decided on the industry, and answer this question now. That type of thing. Like you were showing.
Yes, they can pick up their own interest companies.
Right.
And you just tell them the steps and they will follow steps. I think that's what we teach, right? We don't teach something dead, we teach something alive. So they can play around.
So you provide the question, right? I mean, what they're supposed to look for, rather than just leaving them, okay, just to figure out a question themselves. Is that right?
Yes, you give them directions. Yes,
Mhm.
I can share my homework assignment.
Yes, I
And I
think
mean,
that you sent me something in the past as well because I always bother you.
no problem. Don't worry about that. I'm happy to share. Yeah, so we do have a course module built up because when I teach supply chain analytics or supply chain management, I get a lot of questions like, why do I need to learn this?
Mhm.
The students are not motivated enough, right? Not like finance or marketing. Everybody understand, the function of that. For supply chain is relatively new. We have a lot of trouble motivating our students.
Right, exactly.
Now, if you look at the connections between what they're most interested, the stock market, the financials, and our principle, right? Our domain, then they become very, very motivated.
So your students are supply chain major students or business major?
We have general business major students,
Mhm.
undergraduates. So when they first get into our, college, they have to choose. Before they choose which major they want to do, we actually give them like this course
Mhm.
to help them decide what
Wow.
they want to learn. And using this method, we actually get all students into our major.